And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin analysis video. I'm gonna try and keep this one as short as possible. I'm a bit tired today for some reason, I don't know why. But then right after this, I'm gonna be heading to the gym, so I'll be trying, of course, the keyword is always freaking trying. There's just so much to talk about in these markets, especially now considering the entire, macro backdrop as well as price action. I mean, Bitcoin has rallied a good, 50% from its lows, right? Every day is a brand new day. Every day the charts gives us, something new to talk about. Anywho, I'm not gonna, jump the gun here. Let's go ahead and we'll talk about today's agenda. I have one housekeeping point that I want to go over. After which we'll be moving on over to the FOMC conference that took place yesterday. Now, I have a little clip to play for you as far as the FOMC conference is concerned, okay? I'm gonna play a clip of the most important point mentioned in that conference, okay? The point that you guys need to be focused on right now. Okay, and then we'll be skipping on to, who were the winners throughout these past few months? Because there's something that I really want to drive home here in terms of the winning mindset. Okay, who were the winners throughout this past few months in the markets? And then for the fourth point, of course, we'll be going over Bitcoin's macro and minor price analysis. Essentially, I'll be giving you my thoughts on, the higher timeframes on Bitcoin and the lower timeframes as well. As you guys know, we did see a breakdown right after the FOMC conference ended. Right, we saw a breakup and a breakdown. So we'll be talking about that price action and what to look out for next. So with that, my friends, let's jump right in. As far as housekeeping is concerned, I know that quite a few of you tried to use the coupon code yesterday. Unfortunately, one of them actually expired. Yeah, that was my bad. But anywho, the coupon was supposed to sort of expire today. So what I have done instead, because you guys were not able to use it yesterday, I have extended the period for one additional day. Okay, so the coupon then expires tomorrow. Now, I have updated it. I've made sure that it's working just fine. You'll find the coupon code on my screen. It's Krisha-BDay. I will also be linking it in the description below. Once again, it's valid on the Mango Seed program as well as the Mango Dynamic Indicator. This is the time to, grab the opportunity because the next sale is only likely going to be on Sean's birthday, which is in September. So just a quick heads up on that. Now, as far as the second point on today's agenda is concerned, and this is the most exciting point, okay? I stayed up very, very late last night to catch the freaking FOMC conference. I feel like mainstream media, mainstream news only clung on to the fact that he actually raised interest rates by 25 basis points on the backdrop of a banking crisis. So a lot of people looked at that as a very, very bearish tilt, and also spooking a lot more sort of uncertainty. However, if you were listening to the words that were put out yesterday, you'll find one thing. We're likely reaching a peak in interest rate hikes. Now, to drive that point home, I'm gonna show you a clip from yesterday's conference. Okay, in my opinion, this was the most important point that he made yesterday. Okay, and this is it right here.
Economic activity and inflation. We believe, however, that events in the banking system over the past 2 weeks are likely to result in tighter credit conditions for households and businesses, which would in turn affect economic outcomes. It is too soon to determine the extent of these effects, and therefore too soon to tell how monetary policy should respond. As a result, we no longer state that we anticipate that ongoing rate increases will be appropriate to quell inflation. Instead, we now anticipate that some additional policy firming may be appropriate. We will closely monitor incoming data and carefully assess the actual and expected effects of tighter credit conditions on economic activity, the labor market, and inflation.
And there you have it, the last 25 basis point rate hike, and then after that, they are looking to pause interest rate hikes. I think if there's anyone who called it to the freaking T, it was Sean. He's been talking about this, for over, 2 weeks now. He's like, if there's the right course of action for them to take, it would have to be this. That way they get to maintain image in addition to, sort of alleviate the stresses right now that the macro economy is facing. Now, as far as all of this is concerned, I mean, yeah, this was all so exciting. There's so much drama involved in all of these interest rate hikes. What is he going to say this day? What is inflation going to come in as? What are unemployment numbers going to come in as? However, let's talk about the winners, okay? Let's talk about the winners. Now we know that, okay, you know what? This is a green light for the markets. Him pausing interest rates is a green light. Now, yesterday, we also went over how there is, a lot of liquidity that just got pushed into the market, right? Because of the banking crisis. Enough liquidity to almost undo whatever quantitative tightening they did by a good 50%. Okay, 50%. So now we have all of these major sort of, these major moves in the entire macro economic backdrop. However, let's talk about the winners now. Who are the winners throughout these months? The winners, guys, was anyone who approached their investments through a trader's mindset. Anybody who let price action guide the freaking way were the first ones to get in their freaking positions and identify the reversal in the market. If you were listening to price action, okay, if you have been following Mango for some time, you guys know that if we had to really rank things, price action would be number one, rank number one. Right? We told you 18.7K critical, 15.8K critical. And if you even caught the move from 18.7K to where price is sitting at right now, that was 45% in the bag. Okay, you're not there busy looking for, oh shit, where do I get in now? Right? After 45% pump, can price come back down to 18.7K? You're not thinking about that because you got your positions in. You identified the reversal in the market if you approached your investments through a trader's mindset. All right, so this is all to say, guys, ultimately, price action is the purest freaking indicator out there. It is the purest form. Even FA, even your fundamentals, all is reflected in the charts. These are all buyers and sellers congregating in a marketplace. Okay, they're finding cohesion, they're finding a direction. So listen to price action, because ultimately, even if you're a huge proponent of FA, of fundamental analysis, this is it right here too. Okay, don't tell me that buyers and sellers don't play a part in your fundamentals. Right? You didn't have to wait for Jerome Powell to come out saying that they're going to be stopping interest rate hikes. All you had to do was listen to price action. If you know how to read price action, you're not only going to set yourself up for the crypto market, but you're going to set yourself up for every other freaking market to come. Okay, every market that is here right now, whether it be traditional or any other emerging market in the future, you are going to be set for all of it. Okay, this price action has stood the test of time. It is the purest indicator out there. Now, great testimonial for price action, how it might just be the best thing you learn to set yourselves up for every market to come, is this. Just take yesterday, right? I asked Sean, I'm like, Sean, are you bullish or bearish here? And he's like, I'm bearish. Right? I came out so freaking fast, and I'll be honest with you, that sort of stumped me in a way. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, okay. And then he began to elaborate on why he's bearish. And he looked at immediate price action on Bitcoin's chart. He told you guys that he's bearish, okay, not because of the meeting that's coming up. He didn't care about all of that. He's looking at price action. He saw that freaking monthly 21 EMA swinging in right underneath price, in fact. Price was living slightly over the 21 EMA at the time. All he could see is that, hey, we're testing that. Yeah, it looks good for now, but we haven't closed. Right? He looked at it. He's like, Krisha, I am not going to be longing against monthly resistance getting into a major event. Okay, monthly 21 EMA, let me zoom out of my picture. Just look at how price has performed off of this region in the past, right? This has been that level that tells you, hey, watch out. Perhaps you might just get a better bid on your intraday timeframes. Okay, so be patient. This is a good time to be patient because you might score a better bid. So he looked at that. He's like, nah, against 21 EMA, I am not buying up against resistance. All he did over there was listen to price action. And what did he get in return? Well, let me just take you guys on over to the 4-hour time frame. Look at that dump, right? He was rewarded for saying that I'm going to be patient here. Caution is advised. So now what really happens from here? Well, with this now we can actually get into the price analysis part of things. Let's get on over to the monthly time frame. Now with this move to the downside, which is good 6.79%, am I now bearish suddenly? Absolutely not, okay? I am still bullish. I've been, well, telling you guys, I've been very, very candid about all of my bid zones, right? I've been telling you where I have been accumulating. I accumulated a lot at 18.7K before the FTX event. And then whatever I did have left, which was very, very tiny amounts, I managed to grab some bids at around that 15.8K region, which once again, I was very candid about. Now, I am bullish still. I'm going to remain bullish. I have 4 bull run triggers that I've been going over with you guys like a broken record for the past, I don't know, 2 months now. And all 4 have now officially gone off. Now, if you guys want a summary on all the bull run triggers, I suggest checking out yesterday's video, okay? There's timestamps in the description on there. So as far as this is concerned, I'm still bullish, okay? And I do believe that any major dip to the downside is going to be bid up. And before I give you the most major dip region, I want to go over some historic sort of price action to see how prices, how prices performed on the first test of the 21 EMA. Okay, so as you can see, we had emerging out of the COVID dump right here. We took out the 21 EMA rally to the upside. This was that 60K rally. Even right here from 3K to 14K, we took it out right here, rally up to 14K. Now, in this juncture right here, this was the bear market of 2015. Our first attempt at the 21 EMA was rejected. Right, that was met with rejection. We came back to sweep the lows once again. Okay, however, the second attempt at the 21 EMA was, we did close over the 21 EMA on that attempt. So I figured, I'm like, okay, is there any other tell? Perhaps what if I took the 21 EMA levels and I then sort of, try to figure out how did the weekly performed on the 21 EMA, on the monthly 21 EMA? Did that give us a better tell? Well, for that, let me actually take you on over to my index chart. So what I have really done here is that, let me take you on over to the monthly time frame. Sorry, I got like a lot of random stuff. This is my back testing chart. So anywho, I've gone ahead and marked out the 21 EMA. Every time prices come to the 21 EMA, okay, I've marked that out with all the line segments through the cycles. And now what I'm going to do here, okay, so this is the monthly 21 EMA on the line segments. Now what I'm going to do here is take you guys on over to the weekly time frame, because now I want to see how has the weekly performed on those regions in the past. Can a weekly close over the monthly 21 EMA basically give us that first hint in that, hey, the monthly is likely going to close over, the monthly is likely going to give us that that signal on the next rally to come, right? So now this is us emerging out of the bear market phase. Notice what happened here. We got one weekly close over that region, which marks out the monthly 21 EMA at $7,438. Okay, got rejected, however, on the weekly 21 EMA, but what do you know? What was respected ultimately? It was that monthly 21 EMA close. Okay, rally to the upside. How about emerging out of the 3K region right here? The first attempt was rejected. Second attempt rejected. Third attempt at that, we closed over. Okay, so we got that close only for us to lose it to one more time. However, if you wanted it a bit more confirmation, you wanted that second close, you got this candle right here, and then this was off to the races going all the way up to 14K. Now getting into, well, the previous cycle, which was the 2015 bear market, let's go ahead. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back on over to the monthly very quickly. Perfect. Now this is the monthly of 2015, right? I'm going to go ahead and mark this out with the line segment. I want to go ahead and check this one out too. Okay, so the 21 EMA on this region came in at around $322.96. Okay, 322.96. So now with this, we can get back on over to the weekly time frame. I want to see how the weekly closes performed on that region. Did we close over on the weekly candle? And no, we did not. So we failed to close a weekly candle over that monthly region right there. Right, we got up to it just about, only for us to get a massive rejection to the downside. However, on the second attempt, which is this region right here at around $307, that's where the monthly 21 EMA was hovering around. We got one weekly close over that region, only for price to then consolidate over that for the remaining weeks to come. Okay, we saw massive bull flag consolidation here. That was a beautiful ascending triangle, which ended up breaking out, getting into the next bull run for Bitcoin. Okay, that was the 2017 bull run. So you can see that weekly close against that monthly 21 EMA is going to be clutch. Alrighty, so if we're anticipating, if I foresee I'm anticipating, well, the next sort of move to the upside for Bitcoin, I'll be looking for this week, which closes in about 4 days. I'll be looking for this week to close over this monthly 21 EMA level, which is currently coming in at around 27,597. I think that is going to be a very, very bullish stance for Bitcoin getting into the monthly close, getting into the month of April. Okay, of course, you might get a better bid to the downside. I will always say position for those better bids, but I'm saying that it's going to be somewhere around here as opposed to us coming back down to this region right here, which is the 25K region. Now, the 25K region is an important one, and if we do get a bid there, it's going to be a spectacular bid to be had. And why is that? It's because the weekly, if I take you on over to the weekly, put on my mango ribbon, you'll see the cluster of support that we have underneath us right now, right? We had a bunch of major EMAs and simple moving averages intersecting on that region right there. We had the 200 simple moving in right there, 200 exponential moving in right there, as well as the 55 exponential moving in right there as well. Okay, so this entire cluster comes in from 25.3K going all the way down to 24.9K. I think that would be an excellent bid opportunity, and that would be a gift, quite honestly. But now question is, can Bitcoin even come down here, right? What do we look out for to, well, anticipate the next most immediate move for Bitcoin? Well, for that, let me take you on over to, well, the Mango dashboard first. Okay, so this is the dashboard on the 12-hour time frame. What I want to really look out for here is, okay, I just found something, sorry. What I really want to look out for over here is the volatility profile, and what's the trend saying up against the volatility profile. Okay, so let me get on over to the drop-down menu. Also, I said, because notice the flag on the 12-hour time frame, guys. We have a potential bullish divergence on the 12-hour time frame. So we got quite a few interesting changes now on the dashboard trends. So first off, the first change that I noticed that this 4-day was actually sitting at neutral just 2 days ago. Okay, so we flipped that into a long, so that just turned bullish. So that's one note to make. The 4-hour was long, which just turned neutral. Okay, so the 4-hour lost its uptrend. I think we can all agree to that. Question is, does that uptrend, does that neutral now turn into a short signal? Turn into a bearish signal? Okay, because only when we get that will I expect a cascade of that bearish move on over to the 12-hour time frame, on over to the daily time frame, because that essentially what is going to bag us that that move down to the 25K region, right, which we just went over on the weekly time frame, that entire cluster of support. And also notice volatility. Now volatility, okay, is high, frothy on the 4-hour at 70, but that makes sense given the recent move that we had. 12-hour, however, is hovering at moderate. Okay, so this is something to note. Now this is very interesting. Okay, now why is that? Because now we have on the 12-hour time frame, we have a bullish trend with moderate volatility. When you see moderate volatility on a time frame with a bullish trend, you know that, okay, the bulls can step in at any time and take this up if they want to. But what's making all of this that much more interesting is that we have a long trend, moderate volatility, and now potential bullish divergence. Okay, so there's quite a lot of bullish tilts on the 12-hour time frame. So that's actually a very interesting picture. So now with this, actually, let's get into Bitcoin on the 12-hour time frame. Okay, are we seeing any tell there? So for now, what I've noticed is that, okay, Bitcoin actually lost that key region of, support that it had been holding at 27.5K, which also lines up with my volatility target, which also lines up with the monthly 21 EMA, right? We lost that to the downside on this most recent 12-hour close. All right, so that is a bearish tilt. Now, what we're seeing here on the dashboard is that, okay, you know what, the trend is still intact. It's telling us that 12-hour trend is still intact. We got moderate volatility, and we have potential bullish divergence. So let's go ahead and, try and dissect that bullish divergence. The key to, highlighting your divergences is try and follow a step process. Okay, if you find that you often get lost, try and figure out your look back period. Okay, so this box right here is our look back period. And I found it. Okay, so this right here is the bullish divergence. So we have higher lows on price action and lower lows on the RSI. All right, so when does this bullish divergence trigger? Keep it very simple for yourself. What we are looking for price to do here is maintain the lowest point of this candle over here, which came in at around 26,688 as the low. So we do not want to see this candle take out the low right there. Right, this candle coming down to the 21 EMA, for instance, is going to negate the bullish divergence play. right? So this has to be the lowest point in that range. So we want to see price do that, maintain that point as the lowest point, plus take out the highest point of the candle, which only comes in at around 28.9k, which is going to be a spectacular move. But that's essentially what would trigger the bullish divergence to the upside. Okay, so that's what I will be keeping my eyes out on. But for now, I think it's got some way to go. At what point will I really anticipate price actually getting up to that wick high there? On the next 12-hour close, which we close still in about 7 hours from now, I'll be looking for this 12-hour candle to once again reclaim 27.6k. If we can reclaim that region that we lost on that previous 12-hour close, only then will I be anticipating a move to the upside. Okay, only then will I be looking at this, at price actually threatening to take out this wick high right here. Right, but for now, we got to call a spade a spade. We have lost that region. Okay, so if this 12-hour candle instead ends up closing underneath 27.6k yet again, we now have a confirmed close underneath that level, after which I will be anticipating the next move to the downside. Okay, first stop comes in at around that 21 EMA region. That being said, now, if I take you guys on over to my lower time frames, now we know that the most immediate weakness that we're seeing on Bitcoin's chart is actually on the 4-hour time frame, right? The 4-hour lost its long trend. And so far, we're seeing it test the 4-hour 21 EMA as well as the 27.6k region. And for as long as we're getting rejected off of that region, I will be looking for the next sort of tilt to the downside. But check this out. If I now turn on my Ichimoku cloud, you'll see that we have a potential trade setup here. Let me just get rid of my nasty arrows. Okay, we have a potential C-span trade setup. Okay, the C-span trade essentially goes from the Tenkin all the way down to the Kijun, and just look at what the Kijun is lining up with, guys. It's lining up with that entire weekly cluster of support, right? That 200 simple, 200 EMA, as well as 55 exponential. Right, that is that red box territory that we're looking at. Now, that would be a freaking sweet-ass bit to get. But right now, I really like how there's so much confluence between the 10 SMA, Tenkin, and 21 EMA. Right, so I think at this point, Bitcoin, especially if you're trading the lower time frames, okay, now I speak directly to the traders only, not the investors. Very, very important lesson, guys, is this. Ask yourself, okay, is this position an investment for me? What is my time horizon on this? Is this an investment or is this a trade? All right, when I was new to the space, I did not know how to distinguish. And what ended up happening was that's an asset that I had jumped into thinking that, hey, I'm going to trade this. What ended up happening is that every time I incurred losses on that trade, quote unquote, I'm like, okay, no, you know what? Maybe it's a good long-term hodl. I'll hold for the long term. Let's see what price does, and I'll wait it out. And that is a recipe for disaster. Okay, don't kid yourself. That's why I always tell you guys, make sure you're also setting invalidation points for yourself on your trades. Okay? So please distinguish what it is that you're doing. Now, I only speak to the traders, your short time frame traders. This right now is looking to be a better short opportunity than a long opportunity. Why is that? We have 10 SMA resistance, Tenkin, and 21 EMA resistance, in addition to that monthly 21 EMA at 27.6k swinging in right, well, under us for now. We haven't closed this 4-hour candle. Okay, at what point will you be negated on your short trade? Well, let's keep it simple. You start closing over the 21 EMA Tenkin, I'm saying you are negated on your trade. I'd say I personally, on the short side, I'd sort of get greedy on the bid because I know that the markets overall have a more bullish tilt. People would be a lot more inclined to get into their positions than get out of their positions. So I'll be looking for a bid on the Tenkin or the 10 SMA, even one better. Right, that way, you know, not only do you know when you're invalidated very fast, but if you're invalidated and you got to get out of your trade, you can get out at a very minimal loss. Okay, so be smart about these things. Think of where the market is edging towards right now and then position accordingly. Okay, use the market momentum to your advantage. So right now, we're still sort of, we haven't closed this candle underneath 27.6k. However, if we lose 27.6k on the next 4-hour close, I think we actually initiate that C-span trade to the downside. Okay, I think one better instead of the 4-hour close, the 12-hour close. If we manage to lose this on the 12-hour close, we basically get that 12-hour confirmation. Right, underneath 27.6k, that is going to be your tell in that, okay, you know what, perhaps watch out for the 4-hour C-span trade to play out. I think there's going to be a stutter stop here, though, at the 12-hour 21 first. Okay, and then after we lose the 12-hour 21 EMA, that's when we can get down to 25.3K. Okay, that entire cluster of resistance underneath us. But yeah, this is, and also guys, wow, 12-hour 10 SMA resistance too there. Or traders, this is a better short opportunity than a long opportunity. I would say get greedy on the bit though. That's my one tip. But yeah, this is all I have for you. Overall, guys, macro view is bullish. Minor view right now, you might get a better pullback, but whatever pullback that comes to us, in my opinion, is likely going to be a bid opportunity. So yeah, these are my most immediate thoughts on Bitcoin. I will also implore you guys to be looking at the altcoins right now, because on instances like this, we usually see a shuffle of liquidity from Bitcoin into the alts. Okay, so start looking for better opportunities on the alts. Get greedy on those bits, of course. Use market momentum to your favor. All right, so that's my one parting tip for you guys for today. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, and I will see you in the next update. Trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.